What's going on, guys? Good morning. I'm going to be telling you exactly how I was able to make my first $10,000, but most importantly, my first $100,000, because that's the milestone that people just can't hit. You know, $10,000 is that key word that everybody knows all over YouTube and social media. $10,000 is easy. I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it, but the first $100,000 is always the hardest, but I'm also going to tell you how I did it now. This is going to be a no bullshit video. I know a lot of people come on here and show the views and show all the nice bullshit fucking things, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Okay, I literally got all of what I have now sitting in the corner of my bedroom on a shitty 8-year-old laptop that is like a brick. Okay, that is how I made my money. I made it with an iPhone 6 and I made it in my bedroom. Okay. You don't need all this shit to make money. Let's get that fucking out of the way, because I don't want this to just be another cringy video where people are like, yeah, look at this fucking bullshit. Who cares? I just woke up. Let's get into it. There are a few things that we need to talk about. Now, this is for the people that are anywhere from 17 to 27. You know, this is really the big part that I'm trying to hit right now, but this can work for kind of anyone. There are a few steps to making money. Now, a lot of people won't like this. And people won't like this because other gurus are telling them all this keyword bullshit that gets them clicks on YouTube videos. I'm going to tell you what actually works. First, you need to cut off everyone that is holding you back. That is the first thing that you need to do. And I'm not fucking with you. That is something that needs to be done, because at the end of the day, if these people that you hang around with aren't where you want to be, then they are holding you back. I made this mistake, okay? I was hanging around people that they didn't see the vision that I had for myself. So I would tell these people things that I was doing, and they would either say it's bullshit, they would go, haha, yeah, congratulations, and you can literally tell that they don't believe you, or they would just straight up talk shit behind your back. And over here in Australia, there's something called tall poppy syndrome, something like that, where basically if you are someone that wants to change their lives, everyone will hate on you. Okay, this is for everywhere, but I live in Australia and that is massive over here. Okay, people hate on you for trying to be better. So you need to remove the people from your life that are those people. It might be hard, you might have grown up with them. I don't give a fuck, because if you want to change your life and you want more for your future family, your future partner, your future kids, then you need to make the short-term decisions now that will be long-term beneficial. That's the first thing. Now the second thing, okay, stop drinking. All right. I know a lot of you guys might drink. Maybe you say I drink occasionally on the weekends, and I work so hard during the week so I can have some alcohol on the weekends. That's cool. And especially if you are Australian and you love to drink. If you're at a younger age, maybe lower than 27, and you aren't where you want to be yet, then you don't have time to be drinking. Okay, I'm gonna pop a photo right here of me when I used to drink. You can see how fucked up I looked. And that's how you look right now, and you don't even notice it. You look disgusting. You are disgusting. Why do you drink? Actually think to yourself, why do I drink? Why? For the fun? So you can forget? We want you to get to a point in your life where you don't have to forget about the days before your current. Okay, I don't want you to get to Sunday and be like, oh yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was so shit, I'm gonna go out drinking and forget, and then so I can restart on Monday. We don't want you to be like that anymore, because that is poor you, that is broke you. You would never ever get out of the situation that you're in if you keep doing the same things that got you into your current situation in the first place. Okay? Third thing, stop blaming external things and external reasons to why you aren't where you want to be. A lot of people come online, okay, or just a lot of people in general, they use external things or their past as an excuse to why they can't do something. And this is something that I had to deal with a lot, and this is something that I actually deal with other people. You know, I've got a partner, I'm actually engaged, and she was like this. Okay, when we met, I was doing my thing. I had a different mindset at the time, and she joined me, okay, basically in my journey. And I said, okay, if you want to stick around, like I really want you to stick around, but I need you to change that mindset, because every time you go and do something new, you always think about the past and how you failed in the past, which means that you're subconsciously saying that you can't do the thing now. Just because you failed at something in the past, that does not mean that you're going to fail in the future. And you need to remember that, okay? There is such thing as rowing in the wrong boat. Okay, you can row as hard as you want, but if it's the wrong boat with a hole in it, then you're never going to get anywhere. Okay, so you need to find the boat that works for you and stick to it and keep rowing until you find land. A reason why you honestly did fail in the past is because you quit early. This is another thing. Stop quitting things early. Stick to the things that you say that you're going to do. Now, these are all things that helped me do over $1.5 million last year. In a second, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to make my first $100,000. But these are the things that you need as well. A lot of people come on here and say that you need this business model, you need to do this, you need to build this personal brand, you need this, you need this. It's these things that I'm telling you now that make the real big difference. Because you can have the best business model, someone can give you $50,000 in cash, but if you don't change your life, then nothing will change. Because there is a bigger difference between, poor and rich with just the money. It's not about just the money. The reason these rich people are so rich is because they're smart with the way that they live their life. They live their life like a game where they're constantly trying to level up, while you live your life the same. You wake up the same, you go to sleep the same, and you do the same thing every single day. The people that have money that you probably despise, they don't deserve it. Daddy's money, they don't pay any tax, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't fucking matter because they are smart with the way that they do things. Okay, now, all that out of the way. So I know I said that all pretty fast, but that doesn't discredit anything that I said. Everything that I said before, what I'm about to tell you, is stuff that you need to do. And if you don't do it, then nothing, I promise you, nothing is ever going to change, ever. And I'm being fucking serious. I'm not trying to sell, I'm not selling you anything. I'm just literally trying to give you some advice, okay? Now, how did I make my first $100,000? A lot of people online will say that you need to build a business. You need to have a massive personal brand. You need to post 10 videos a day. You need blah, 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 blah. That is absolute fucking bullshit. Instead, I've spent well over like $60,000, $80,000 on mentors, so coaches. And the number one thing that I learned, was stop investing all of your time into building businesses and invest your time into building skills. Because a business, as you might know, can fail tomorrow. Do you ever just go and drive in your car, or you're in your parents' car and you're driving, and then maybe you go into the city or somewhere and you just see a bunch of buildings that there used to be a business there, like there used to be a business there, but it's not anymore? It's because it failed most of the time, okay? I have a lot of them over here. I can probably see 3 right now where there was a business there, but they're not there anymore. Why? Because it failed. A business can fail tomorrow, it can fail the next day. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is the reality. A business is extremely dangerous, and it's not something that you should do when you first start, okay? A business is something that you can do in the future if that's something that you really, really want to do, but it should not be something that you do to start with, because a lot of people start a business, they put everything into it, and then it fails and it goes broke, and then they have to start again. Now with a skill is something that you can learn. It will take time to learn, but it's something that's going to stay with you forever. A skill is something that it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, whether there's wars in other countries where it affects your economy, whether there's a housing crisis like in Australia, whether your local Woolies or your local grocery store is price gouging. Okay, if you have a skill, you can use that skill for the rest of your life, because that is something that no one could take away from you. No government, no senator, no president, nobody. Okay? Now, what skill should you learn? And I'm going to tell you how you can then use that skill to then make money. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. Okay? I'm trying to do this the no bullshit way. Sales. Now, when I say sales, you probably think door to door and just phone sales, and that is a part of sales. But then there's like a second part of sales, which is what I did it to begin with. So my first year that I started making money, I made about $174,000. I'll pop a screenshot here. And then the next year I did $1.5 million. Okay, and both those years I used sales. The first year where I did $100,000, all I did was send messages on my phone. Okay, that's literally all I did. I was doing appointment setting on my phone. So I wasn't taking sales calls. I didn't have a personal brand. I didn't have a business. I didn't have anything. I was just sending messages from my phone. And the second year, okay, I was taking sales calls. And that's how I did the $1.5 million. And I'm telling you both ways because I know that there are people that feel more comfortable doing one way and more comfortable doing the other way. Now, for the first way, where I was literally just sending text messages and I made over $170,000, I think, you don't need a business, personal brand, or anything. And I'll actually explain what it is. So if you haven't heard of appointment setting, basically all it is sending messages for an existing business. So let's say you go onto Instagram and you look up fitness coach, dating coach, executive coach, business coach, okay, on Instagram. They have businesses. So that means that they focus on marketing. They enroll the clients. They take the sales calls. They post the content. They make the content. They edit the content. They have their business, okay? They are so busy doing what they're currently doing to the point where they do not have time to do one specific thing. Send messages on their phone. They don't have time to do it. So they hire people like you, okay? So they will hire someone like you on a commission base to send DMs for them. And this is a complete legitimate thing. Okay, I've got a few videos on it on my channel, and you can literally look up appointment setting on Google, okay? Now, appointment setting has grown 8%, I think 8 or 6% since 2019 to now in demand, which means that it lasted through the financial crisis, the housing crisis, the wars, COVID-19. Appointment setting has constantly been increasing in demand. Why? Because it's like your local food chain, Hungry Jack's, McDonald's, KFC. As long as there is a consumer for those fast food chains, the fast food chains will always be there. So as long as someone is going to buy those, those burgers, they're always going to be there. It's the same for appointment setting. As long as there's always a coach, a business, or an agency, there is always going to be an appointment setter. Okay, so that's why it's not saturated and the demand is constantly growing. Okay, so that's the first thing that I did. That is the first thing that I did to make my $100,000 online, just sending messages. Now, the second thing that I did the next year was sales calls. So I did a year in appointment setting. I learned skills and things like that. And then the next year I had built a business because that's something that I'm actually passionate about. You can stick to the appointment setting, make $26,000, $30,000 a month and travel around the world and do the things that you love to do, just sending messages. You can do that. You don't have to build a business or have a personal brand, but that's just something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy helping people. So last year I started a coaching program with an offer that I don't do anymore. And I ended up doing about $1.5 million with that offer. Now, I took thousands of sales calls. I enrolled personally into those programs. I think it was about 1,200 people. I'll put a screenshot right here of the specific number, but that's how many people I actually enrolled into my program. Me. I didn't have a closer, so I didn't have people taking calls for me. I took the calls, okay? And I did that $1 million. Now, again, that is because I learned the skill of sales. Okay, I learned how to talk to people. When you learn the skill of sales, you can talk to people easier. You can persuade people, which it might sound bad, but it's not. You can encourage people. You can network with people. You can build relationships with people. When you master the skill of sales, okay, the skill, it opens up more doors than what you might think there is. And even today, I still do sales. I take about 15, 16 calls every single day. Okay, this is why sales is so important, because it allows you to do the things that you probably didn't think you could do. So that is how I made my first $10,000 and $100,000. Now, if you want all the extra shit that I just said to work, you need to do the first part. Okay, everything that I told you to do that would change your life, and then you can learn the skill of sales. Now, you can learn this by researching, by just doing it. You know, a reason I think I was good at sales to begin with was two reasons. One, because I actually care about the people that I talk to. A lot of salespeople will talk to you just for the dollars. I don't really like that because a lot of the people that I talk to were in my position when I first started. That's why I'm making this video in the first place, because I want to talk to the people that are not in this position now, but want to be in this position in the future, because that was me when I first started. So I want to help you. So that's one reason. I actually care about what I do. And the second reason is when I was working my 9-to-5 job, my last two jobs that I used to work where I was full-time, I was a sales representative. My first one was for consumer, so I was talking to maybe the everyday person. And then my second job, I was talking to business owners and cold calling and things like that. But if you want to get good at sales, the main skill is just actually fucking caring. Okay, so if there's any salespeople here and you want to make more money, start caring more. Trust me, that's all you need to do. But anyway, I don't want to waste your time anymore. I hope you did enjoy this video. I really tried this. I really tried to make this no bullshit, to be honest with you, because a lot of people will come on here and try and give you the bullshit. And again, I'm not going to sell you anything on this video because I want this video to just be, you know, information. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a comment or a like or whatever. Subscribe. We're almost at 800 subscribers, which is pretty dope. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you then.